Founded in 1918, the California Golf Club of San Francisco has a great history, which includes a recent renovation to give the course a needed facelift.
We're just recently coming out of a 18-month renovation of California Golf Club. We're extremely pleased with the success of how we've been received in the golfing community. We've got some great neighbors, San Francisco Golf Club and Olympic Club and alike, so competition is fairly intense. And we're probably the most proud of our greens. The greens are a blend of A1, A4, about a 50-50 blend there. And they've just performed absolutely wonderful since day one. The background behind the renovation really started with our greens. Our greens had an issue with a parasitic nematode, and we realized going forward that one of our options would be to change the plant type. We had a predominantly POA golf course with POA greens, and by switching to bent grass, we were changing the host that the anguina would not go after. Selecting the grass types really became what we saw the industry moving towards, where we saw golf going, where we saw water use going, reduced pesticide use, reduced water use. A lot of those things factored into why we chose the grass types that we did. Again, we chose an A1, A4 blend on our greens with bent grass. We chose a colonial and fine fescue blend for our fairways, and then a straight fine fescue blend for our roughs.
Located near the airport, not too far from the San Francisco Bay, California Golf Club has to deal with wind on a daily basis. Because of the windy conditions, they developed a unique method to seed the greens.
We seeded first, dimpled it in, and then we used a hydroseed mulch and capped over the top just to hold everything in place. So by hydroseeding and keeping everything in place, it allowed for great moisture retention. We didn't have to water as much. As well, things stayed a little bit more hydrated. The seed was able to pop better, and we got a great result out of it. I'd like to say that we started mowing our grasses approximately 10 days after they had germinated or popped. And I wouldn't say mow. We rolled them a couple of times just to kind of smooth out a lot of the dimpling from the construction process.
Thomas is able to use the exact same sand used in the construction of his greens for top dressing.
We decided that if we continue to top dress, especially with the A varieties, that the density, that having a kill dry sand would really help us out. Avoiding grow-in layers, smooth the surface for us instead of bringing our mowers down, top dressing up. So it really aided in the establishment of the grasses on the greens. The frequency of top dressing is anywhere from every week to every other week with the top dressing. And again, because we use the kiln dried sand, we're able to go out and it doesn't affect the golfers, doesn't affect our mowers. One spin of the sprinkler heads and it's in.
For Thomas, the ultimate goal for greens management is maintaining playability.
I see a little bit of a perpetuation that you fertilize so much for color and the like. We're really not after that. We're really after surface preparation. So we don't put down a large amount of nitrogen. We're using a lot of micronutrients, irons and manganese, magnesium, those types of things to kind of constrict the plant leaf blade. At the same time, we're not generating a huge amount of organic material as a waste product from our nitrogen fertilization. That in turn doesn't necessitate the amount of aerification that you would need to kind of remove that. The wind desiccation out here, we're trying to use to our advantage to dry up the surface, which is fine. The roots on our greens are anywhere from 8 to 9 inches deep, and with utilizing the way that the USGA green is built, when we water, we completely saturate to field capacity the entire profile to the point at which it won't accept any more water, breaks, and then pulls a large amount of oxygen and leaves the free water for the roots to kind of go where it needs to go without any excesses. So we're continually drawing down the roots to try to keep that profile cooling, and it just works really well for us. We probably water once every 10 to 12 days, keeping that surface exceptionally firm and dry. It scares the members a little bit because they can't hold the greens, but again, the greens are new. They will soften up with time.
Like all projects, the members ultimately decide if it was successful.
So the player comments really have been, why didn't we do it sooner? I mean, the best aspect has been the greens. People come here, I mean, bent grass is there's maybe only 4 courses in Northern California that are growing bentgrass successfully. And people love it. I mean, the smoothness, the trueness, you can't compare it.